Taking on the role of Maurizio Gucci, it's Adam Driver. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
There's so much to discuss. I mean, you are the heart of this film. You are one of the many sides of this film that shows that anybody can be a monster.
Can get in a Ridley Scott movie. Just lets anybody in.
No. I mean, look, talk to me about the first time that you got the call from Ridley, to be in the film.
First time was for Last Duel.
Right.
And then when we were shut down for COVID for 6 months, he kind of slid me the script for Gucci. So I just worked with him for 2 months, loved it, didn't want to leave set. And then as soon as we got back, we finished Last Duel, and almost 2 months later, we started Gucci.
And it's such an incredible film. I mean, every single character in this movie has got a quality that makes you think, oh my gosh, I feel really bad for you, but also, hang on a minute, are you a bit of a not so great person? Was that what attracted you to the role of Mauricio?
No, not initially. To be honest, I didn't really find the character until we started shooting.
Okay.
And we had 2 weeks of rehearsal before we started to kind of shape where they were going. And then I kept going until it was over. But Ridley was the initial thing and the incredible cast.
And how did you go about your research process? Were you looking at loads of historical old pieces about him and his life, or did you try and stay away from that and just focus on trying to find him your own way?
I did try to consume what was there, but I found with playing people who were alive, you kind of take the pieces that make sense to you and open your imagination, and if anything doesn't work or doesn't fit, then I disregard it, so it doesn't turn into an impression.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, these are two obviously very real-life people, and the chemistry between you and one Miss Stephanie Germanotta, otherwise known as Lady Gaga, was incredible. I mean, look, seeing how you guys greeted each other on the carpet earlier was really heartwarming to see.
Oh, yeah.
Have you found a lifelong friend in your scene partner?
Yeah, we just kind of click. I feel like we see each other, and she's a great actor and was a great person to work with.
Was it easy to get into character every day with Stephanie?
Yeah, everybody had a different way of working. We had 6 actors, and they all had a different process, and I love, the variety of it. Everyone was prepared, everyone knew their lines, everybody was on time. It was really a dream job to work on.
What would you say is the main thing you want people to take away from this movie? Because obviously the clothes, sure, people can get distracted by that, but it's about family, right? What would you say is the main thing?
It is, but I'm not very good at telling people what I think that they should pull away, because in a way it kind of ruins it. We all are different, so I can't pretend to imagine what someone else would think of watching the movie. I would have a different reaction, but so I don't know. Hopefully just that it's good and it's entertaining and it's interesting and it's a well-told story.
Well, those are great things to take away. Adam Driver, thank you so much.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Muy bien, vimos la entrevista de Mauricio Driver, que interpreta a Patricio. Bien, espero que estén disfrutando esta transmisión. Ahí vemos a Lady Gaga.
Taking on the role of Pina Oriem. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I feel validated. It's Salma Hayek.
Thank you.
Welcome to the UK premiere of House of Gucci.
So exciting. We're in London.
We are in London. Let's talk about your character, Pina, the clairvoyant that you can always trust, or can you?
Or can you? Yes. Look how far I go for my client.
Right?
Yes.
Very
loyal.
serious.
Yes. I love playing this part. I have a sixth sense a little bit, so it was not too much of a stretch.
Talk to me about working with Lady Gaga, because there's so many different versions of the chemistry that she has with the characters throughout the film, but your chemistry as comrades, as two women together, was pretty explosive. Was it like that from day one?
Oh, it was like that from day one, and it was so exciting to come and work with her, because she is such an artist, so creative, and every day, every take, you didn't know what she was going to do or what you could expect, and I love that. I love to work with people like that. And then I was in awe of her creativity and her imagination and how she would take every scene and try things, and we would do it like in the spot, and I love that challenge, and I love that really let us do that. So that was a lot of fun.
You could really tell. You could really tell. How did you go about researching the role of Pina? Were you on looking back at like old pieces, or did you find her in your own way?
No, you see, I looked at pictures, I read a little bit about it, but my character is a supporting character, and it's quite short. And for me, it was like I had to be the Pina that was the right Pina for this movie. Not really like a biography. So I purposely didn't want to do too much research because I had to just be Pina for the House of Gucci movie.
Well, you were absolutely the perfect Pina, and I'm so excited for people to see this movie. Salma Hayek, thank you so much.
Me too. Thank you. Lovely talking. Lovely to meet you.
Le invito a las personas que están observando que se suscriban al canal para más contenido. Jeremy Irons interpreta a Rodolfo Gucci.
Taking on the role of Rodolfo Gucci, it's Jeremy Irons. I love saying that.
Good evening.
Good evening. Talk to me about the fierce love that Rodolfo has for his son, because the way it's spewed out of you on screen, like, it's palpable.
The what?
The fierce love that Rodolfo has for Maurizio.
Well, yeah, it's fierce love. It's Italian. Everything's a bit fierce if it's Italian, isn't it? And he's a very conventional father, controlling father, and adores his son, but of course nothing is good enough for him. We've all seen fathers like that. Fortunately, I don't think I am like that. I'm very lucky to have amazing daughters-in-law for my two sons. So I don't have to behave like Rodolfo.
I'm glad they won't be getting the Rodolfo treatment, but a testament to how well you played him. Talk to me about how you were first approached for the role and what made you say yes.
Well, I took it because Ridley asked. I'd do anything for Ridley Scott. He's one of our greatest British filmmakers, and I last worked with him on Kingdom of Heaven about 20 years ago and had a great time. And if he asked me to recite the phone book, I'd be on board.
Noted. We can't wait to see that film in 2022.
And what he's given to this film is fantastic because he's made it, it's a really epic film. He's got tremendous actors, present company accepted, around him. Adam, Al, who sadly can't be here tonight, and Lady Gaga, of course. And everybody gives slightly larger than life because it's Gucci, it's Italian, it's
lavish.
It's mayhem, it's lavish, bling, and that's what Ridley has given this film, and I think audiences will adore it, I hope.
Well, we cannot wait to see it, and thank you for saying bling to all of Leicester Square. Jeremy Irons.
A pleasure. Well, I see you're wearing a bit.
I sure am. Gucci from head to toe. How about it? Jeremy Irons, thank you so very much.
God bless.
Thank you.
Vamos allá, Lady Gaga. Janty Yates.
Oscar-winning costume designer, head costume designer of House of Gucci. As I'm saying your name, Janty Yates, it seems like you can't believe it, but you've really done this.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. It was so lovely to be here.
Were you like a kid in a candy store when you were asked to do this job?
No, I was terrified.
Talk to me about the terror, because from what we've seen on screen, it looks fantastic.
I have to be honest, any job is terrifying to start with. And also with this high quality cast, it was mega. And with Sir Ridley Scott directing, oh my God. But it all paid off, I hope.
It absolutely did. I've had a cheeky watch, and not one outfit was repeated, so salute to you.
Yes, that was LG's insistence, nothing got repeated.
Well, a job well done, Janty Yates. Thank you so very much.
Thank
and
you.
enjoy the movie tonight.
Thank you, Clara. Thank
Everybody
you.
exquisitely dressed because of you.
Thank you.
Los invito a suscribirse al canal para más contenidos. Sin duda los fans de Gaga podemos observar allí que todos andan como locos con discos de AirPod. Muy bien, Lady Gaga que interpreta a Patricia Reggiani.
Taking
La
on
vamos a
the
entrevistar,
iconic role
vamos a
of
escucharla.
Patricia Gucci. Some may call her Reggiani, Patricia Gucci. It's Lady Gaga. Good evening.
Good evening.
Go.
Buonasera.
Allora, I think that's all I can say.
Allora.
That's the only Italian that I know. You had me at the Bevel. It's fantastic.
At the Bevel, yeah.
The Bevel is
You know, I'm a dancer too, so I do that.
Girl, we've been knowing. You look
How
great.
are you?
I'm great.
Nice to see you, doll.
Lovely to see you. This movie is absolutely epic. Talk to me about how you found the humanity in Patricia, because just look, she's a misunderstood woman. So a lot of people, a monster to some. How did you find her?
Well, you know, I did a lot of research about Patricia, and once I found out that when she got married to Maurizio, he didn't have the money that everybody thought he did. He was not part of the Gucci inheritance yet. And then I also found out that after he was murdered, they were divorced. So really, this idea that she was a gold digger was a fable. So I started to dig like a journalist, deeper and deeper, like a detective, and go inside like the world of the Guccis, the world of Patricia. There was not a lot about her before 1995 when he was murdered. Once I dove, I realized this woman was in love. This woman was hurt. This woman was oppressed by a patriarchal Italian system that's systemic and painful, and we all are so. And also, all of us as women, we don't always commit murder when these things happen, but she did.
She was just hurting, essentially, right?
She was deeply hurting, and I think she lost her mind. And I think that's in the film something that I'm interested to see what people think about the whole thing. And also, for what it's worth, this movie is so fun.
It's so fun.
The movie's so fun. It's so funny. It's a drama, but it has a dark comedic aspect. There's a bit of a satirical quality as well. It's something that I can't say enough wonderful things about my director, Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott, everybody.
Ridley Scott, come on.
Ridley Scott, Giannina Scott, our producer, as well as this cast. This cast was incredible. I mean, if you look at the lineup of everybody here, I can tell you that in person, working with all of them, nobody was focused on anything but the work every day that we were there. And everybody's an artist, everybody cares for the craft. And that's what's most important to me, is what is the artistic quality of the work. And I'm just so proud to be here and in London.
That's it. I mean, you could tell that every single person lived and breathed their character. When you first stepped into, one of your pieces, and salute to Janty Yates, of course.
Yeah, Janty.
The incredible. How did it feel when you first looked in the mirror? Because I know when the pictures got leaked from some of the scenes in Switzerland, your fans went wild for it. How was it that day looking at yourself?
You know, actually, my relationship with Janty is really deep and emotional. When we were working on building Patricia, we were talking a lot about the character and not a lot about fashion, meaning that I didn't want the clothing ever to overpower the character. And also, she was so much of an outsider. So when you see the film, you will notice that she's never quite as shiny as the Guccis. She's never quite as upper class. she never quite gets it.
Yeah.
She is always a little bit off, if not embarrassing. There's something about her that feels uncomfortable. There's something about her that feels like it's trying. But I think that this is in a lot of ways not only reality, but a comment on society. I believe that privilege is inherently evil. And I also believe that when a lot of men are arguing about money and what they are owed, they might have missed the real disaster, which is not that they were losing money, but that she was a disaster and someone was about to die.
Right on. Lady Gaga, before I let you go, I may have to ask you to join me in communion. Are we going to do this?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Let's go.
Father, Son, and House of Gucci.
You are an absolute delight.
Sweetie.
Amaguchi. Delightful to
Thank
meet
you.
You're
Thank you.
fantastic.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué les ha parecido la entrevista? Las personas que están llegando nuevo, por favor, les pido que se suscriban al canal para mucho más contenido. Subscribe our channel.
Woo! Well, sadly, that is all we have time for right here at the Odeon, Leicester Square, for tonight's premiere of House of Gucci. Now, make sure you watch it when it hits cinemas on November the 26th. Now, Tega, I think I know the answer, but what has been your highlight of this evening?
You don't have to ask me. You saw it.
Was it Gaga all up on you?
It was Gaga all up on me.
What a queen.
No, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, everybody looked incredible tonight. Everybody was beautiful.
Such a brilliant movie. Again, make sure you watch it when it hits cinemas November 26th. Until then, we'll leave you with some highlights of what has been an incredible evening. House of Gucci.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven dreams are made of these. Put my mind to the disagree. Travel the world on the sand.
There's a change of pace, of fantasy and taste. Do you like good music? Do you like to dance? Oh yeah. Hanging out for a body shop at night in the shade, what we do to feel alright. Oh yeah. So when will you come? I'm experienced. Oh yeah. Face to face and back to back. You see and feel my sex attack. Rush, rush for fantasy. We want rush, rush for fantasy. It's after midnight. Are you feeling alright? Oh yeah. Turn out the light, babe. Are you someone else tonight? Neighbor to neighbor, door to door. Don't ask questions, time for it all. Oh yeah. Face to face and back to back. You see and feel my sex attack. Say it. Rush, rush for fantasy. We cry. Blush, blush for fantasy. Father loves his son, mother's daughter's too. It's an old story, as we go to.
Muy bien, esto ha sido todo. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Gracias a las personas que estuvieron conectadas. Y espero que se suscriban al canal. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.